And now to the closing quarter of this show, and that is Chit Chat with Manoj. When Mr. Singh presented Mob Mentality Part 1, our inbox was flooded with thousands of emails. Many expressed their inner feelings. We loved the response. Please get ready to tune in to Mr. Singh's Mob Mentality Part 2. Again, we welcome your input. Sometimes reality hurts, but we learn to live with it. I like the way Mr. Singh states, life is short, have fun, and live and let live.
I'm Manoj Singh. Hello, Adab, Namaste. Today I'm going to talk to you about a topic which I first already did. This is part 2 of it, mob mentality. But before I start, I want to dedicate this show to our beautiful, lovely Midnight. प्यार से मुझे मोटू बुलाते थे, and he passed away 3 days ago. And there's a very nice saying, someone said it right. You have to experience death of a pet or a birth of a child to understand and feel the inner sensitivity in you. Very well said. God bless him. Always had pets, dogs, cats. One of my companies who does entertainment is named Caesar Productions. Caesar was my German shepherd dog who died a few years ago. This show is also dedicated to Shasha, who died 2-3 months ago. So to all the animal lovers out there, kudos to you, keep loving, and I know you will be blessed. So let's talk about mob mentality. Why do people have to do what others do? Do you really have to follow others? Do you ever step back and think whether this is the right thing to do? Do you have your own identity? And why does everything has to be politically correct? We only live once and you have a short life, like I always say in my show. So let's talk about an example. Very recently, I was in India, Karwa Chauth. Everywhere there was hustle and bustle in the markets. Those beautiful vessels painted were being sold, which are used by women, I think, to some ritual towards the end, which has the water and she pours and all of that. And all of my farm staff members were saying tonight they want to leave early because it's Karwa Chauth. Because their wives wanted to pray for their husband to have a long life. It seems like finally what I noticed in India was they have caught up with the American marketing strategy. Father's Day, Mother's Day, the flower shops, the cards companies, the restaurants, all of them have come up with an idea to make money. Well, good for America and maybe good for India. But if you step back and think about Karwa Chauth, and a lady on recently, I don't know her name, but she was on Satyamev Jayate with Amir Khan, said it right. If only ladies of India pray for long lives of their husband, then by now all the husbands in America would have died early. Well, if you look at the statistics, Indian men have a lower average age than Americans, and Americans have lower average age than Japanese. So I don't know what their wives are doing right to have them have a longer life. So and there's always peer pressure. So I was talking to some of my friends, and one of them happens to be an actor. I won't mention the name. His wife is a Muslim. And he was telling me, Manoj, it's become so bad that in my building in Mumbai, there's so much peer pressure by these women associations that on my wife, whether she was keeping Karwa Chauth or not, that we always decide to just leave the town for 2-3 days. Now, that's scary, that you are trying to impose your beliefs on others. I was in Delhi in a jewelry shop. All these young ladies in saris, beautifully dressed, and all of them had mehndi. So for a moment I forgot that 2-3 days back there was Karwa Chauth. So I asked one of the ladies that why all these sales girls have mehndi today. Oh, you don't know? Karwa Chauth just went by. So I became curious. I asked, so what do you think about Karwa Chauth? Her statement was, every married woman should keep Karwa Chauth. Now listen to this statement, every woman. It's like a sort of dictatorial thing. You know what? This is where superstition starts, the cult mentality starts, extremism starts, Hinduism. I don't think so that's the way it should be. One should decide on their own what they want to keep or not. It's a democracy, free democracy, and no one should impose their moral values or beliefs on others. Okay, I'll move on to another topic. Facebook. Well, we all know it's being very popular among all of us. Even I am a victim of that. I use it for my advertisements and connections. And you already know from the usage pattern of certain people on that Facebook that they are attention getter. Every day they are posting something about their life, what they are eating, where they are going. So recently there was a big thing going on about ALS, a good cause, a good charity. So we decided, okay, let's make a list of 10 people based on their pattern who I am sure will do ALS challenge, will pour cold water on them, scream, and let the world see them on a camera. And guess what? 8 out of 10 did it. Then recently again what started was gratitude. So now publicly they are coming out and talking about how grateful they are to their husbands or even parents, or sometimes husbands is last on the list. It's very important that they go and find out where they stand. Kids, is it really necessary to share your inner feelings publicly like that? And one of the members also said that they lost their cell phones, so everyone was passing on publicly their cell phone numbers on Facebook. And so, like you know, anything in extreme, whether it's alcoholism, whether it's gambling, whether it's use of Facebook, does need attention. I think it's nothing for me to recommend or say. Go and Google several articles on that. People recommend counseling, and it has also got to do with insecurity, fear of rejection, sometimes depression. So don't do always what others do. Think about it, step back. You will always be proud of yourself, what you have come out to be, and present yourself. Going to another topic, and this is again back in India, a lot of Hinduism is going on, which is, for me, it's a little scary because I was brought up in an environment in the 70s and 80s, a very multicultural religious environment. My best friends were Muslim, Parsis, Christian, and it never crossed my mind what religion they belonged to. But lately, Modi is our prime minister. Like I said, I'm cautiously optimistic. He has only been in office for a few months, and we will give him a few years to see what he does. But couple of things have stood out, and this is what I gathered from my interviews from my friends and relatives. They told me. Recently, there were some Hindu extremism incidents by Bajrang Dal, by Shiv Sena, and Modi has still had to come out in open and make a statement against them. One of them was a very famous case in Pune related to Facebook. It seemed like everyone is tracking you on Facebook, what you say and not say against a certain party or a person. Then there was an incident recently somewhere in UP where a vice chancellor was slapped because he was talking about Muslim religion or something good he might have said. That's a very scary sign. Now, you know, the main reason government changed was because Congress failed to stop corruption. And I still am waiting to see any action on that or a statement coming out from the Modi government on corruption. Yes, the economy has to be improved, all have to be improved, and I am very optimistic. I wish him all the best, but he must start looking at some of these things very seriously. It's a democracy, and the beauty of our democracy is in 5 years, if they don't achieve what the expectations were. People have very high expectations. I'm pretty sure this government will also be changed. So let it be, and let's see. I'm hopeful, like I said. And moving on, just Hinduism I want to talk about, that people don't have to enforce their beliefs on others. That's what I'm seeing in India, and this is very scary. And I would like you to step back, think about, accept all. India belongs to all religions. The religion should never mix, like in America, with administration, justice, governance, and also the legislative parties. They should be, these particular administration or the departments of any country should be independent of what people believe in. So I'm like I said, mob mentality sometime could be good when you're making a major change with the revolution. But on the other hand, when it comes to religion and superstition, think, step back. Like in my village, you know, there was Punima. The whole village goes to take a bath in Narmada river. Holy river, holy water, they believe. But think about it, in a few square yard, how many people are taking a bath in that river? And is it clean? Is it hygienic? I mean, even there are rivers here in America too, Potomac, for example, that should be holy. But you go and try taking a shower with a soap or try to do a Visarjan in Potomac, I'm pretty sure there will be legal action against you. And this is for a good reason. So let's think about these things. I am not against them, or I'm not proposing, I want to be sounding negative, but I just want people to step back and think. Now, my show is coming to an end, and this is the two-part series on mob mentality. This is the holiday season. I wish you all the best. Happy Diwali, happy Dashera, Thanksgiving, and Christmas, and soon Happy New Year. The year goes by very fast. Like I always say, life is short, have fun. And I'll end this show today with a quote from Aristotle. All persons ought to endeavor to follow what is right, and not what is established. I would request you to challenge which has been established before. It might not be right with the time today. Goodbye, all the best, and happy holidays.